guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry if I'm talking really quiet just because Ocean is next to me trying to sleep. Even though he's wide awake, I'm trying to get him to sleep because he is due for a nap. Then he just started laughing. Oh my god, that was so cute. Are you smiling? He's so totally awake right now. I don't think he's gonna sleep, so I'm sorry if he interrupts this video. He's so cute, I just want to squeeze him. So cute. If you hear a lot of grunts, that's just him trying to poo. Okay, so the video I'm going to be filming today is my labour and birth experience, because I mean, it was intense and I would love to share it with everyone and also have this video to look back on. So let's get into it. I have no idea where to start. I think we'll start when I was 39 weeks pregnant. I went to my weekly midwife checkup. Yeah, so I went to my weekly midwife checkup. You get it, well, I got a checkup every week with the midwives. I think it was after 30 or 35 weeks I went weekly, and they just do like check your blood pressure and temperature and, you know, check the baby and the baby size and all those sort of things. Yeah, so they checked my blood pressure and they were like, oh, it's a bit high. And I've never had blood pressure problems before, so they decided to put me in a room. Okay, with your blood pressure being this high. Yeah, they said with your blood pressure being this high, we're just going to monitor you overnight and yeah, see how things go. Blood pressure didn't go down, so they put me on some medication, but it was still not really being regulated. And they thought, well, you're 39 weeks, so we might just induce you. And I was like, cool, that's fine. I want him out of me anyway. And then, yeah, so I booked in for an induction day, which was like 2 days from the day I went in there, I think 2 days. I can't even remember, to be honest. It was crazy and I was feeling like shit, so I can't really remember the days. But because I like hate hospitals, I was like, oh, can I just go home? Like, I want to be prepared the night before I give birth to him. Like, I want to be freshened up, have a shower, you know, get my bags and stuff, because I didn't have anything with me. They were like, we sort of don't want you to go home just because your blood pressure is not stabilized. And I was like, please, like, I really just want to go home. Like, I will just keep checking my blood pressure at home overnight and I'll come straight back in the morning. And I actually had to sign this form. Oh my god, Ocean. I actually had to sign this form to say that I was like leaving at my own risk. But I didn't think it was that bad. I was like, oh, I'll be fine. And even mum was like, oh, she'll be fine. So anyway, went home for the night. I kept taking the medication to stabilize my blood pressure. Would usually only spike at night, but I was like, I'll be fine. Anyway, so then I went home, just relaxed. Like, I didn't get too excited about anything, just stayed really relaxed, because like if I was doing too much, my blood pressure would rise. So I just like stayed in bed and had like a slow shower, whatever. Yeah, so I woke up at about 2 o'clock in the morning and I felt really funny. Like, my ears were ringing, everything like sort of went blurry, and I just felt really dizzy. And I was like, oh shit, I should check my blood pressure. And I had the machine next to me and I put it on and I checked it, and it was I think it was 180 over 105 or something, which is like really high. I was like, oh shit, I better just take some medication, see if that helps to calm it down. When I got up to get the medication, I felt worse, so I just walked to mum's room and I woke her up, and I ended up fainting on her bed, and my vision went blurry, and I stopped, like my hearing like stopped, and I was freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, mum, call an ambulance now, this is not good. So mum called an ambulance, and then the ambulance got here, and yeah, they basically rushed me straight to the hospital, took me straight to maternity. They put some like some stuff through a cannula that made my blood pressure go back down a little bit, but it wasn't going back down much. So they're like, okay, yeah, so we're gonna induce you now, whatever. So they put, I can't even remember the name of it now, put a thing in behind your cervix. Girls that have been induced would probably know what I'm talking about, but I can't remember what it's called. Baby brain, gets me all the time. Yeah, they put this thing, it's sort of like a flat little thing in behind your cervix and got like a string on it, sort of like a tampon. And they put that in to see if it, they put it in behind your cervix to see if it'll soften your cervix, so your cervix will start opening a little bit so they can start the proper induction process. Yeah, so they put that in and it started with a little bit of period pain. That's what it felt like, just a little bit of period pain, cramps. I was like, oh, this is cool, like, it's fine. I was telling mum, oh yeah, I'm getting some pains, this is exciting. Got intense like really, really quick. And I've heard that being induced is more painful and it's faster than natural labor. Anyway, so pain got really, really, like the contractions were getting really strong and painful. And like I was in tears. This was only like a few hours and I was like in so much tears. I think it was like probably about 6 hours or something. All in my eyes out. I was like, this is too painful. Anyway, so then they gave me a shot of morphine. That's what it's called. They gave me a shot of morphine in the arm. Oh my God, that was so painful, that needle. I was like, oh, so painful. So they gave me the shot of the morphine and that helped with the pain a bit. And then they're like, okay, well, seeing as you're in a lot of pain, we'll take you down to the birthing suite and we will like get you in the shower and stuff and see what other things we can use to help treat the pain. I started getting really bad pains, like worse, and I was like, no, this is horrible. So I got in the shower and that helped a bit. Yep, you know, helped. The morphine lasted for a little while. It started to wear off. I got in the shower and I was like swaying my hips in there for a bit and I was just like letting the water run on my belly and my back and it felt so good. Honestly, I recommend having a shower 100%. I just say as well, this is going to be a very long video because I had a very long labor. Like, so much stuff happened during my labor. Then after the shower, I was in there for a while. I was like, oh, I might just lay down on the bed for a bit. And checked my cervix and it was not dilated. I was not dilated at all. So I was going through all this pain for hours and I was still not dilated. And I was like, okay, this is great. This is not gonna happen. We're not gonna have this baby. Anyway, so because my cervix wasn't dilated, they had to put me on the drip. I don't know what is in the drip. I can't remember what it's called. I'm horrible at this. But basically it's a drip that brings on strong contractions. Ocean's smiling, it's so cute. Are you smiling? Started the drip. Contractions got stronger. And they checked my cervix, I don't know, a few hours later. And I was finally, like, I think it was 3 centimeters dilated or 4 centimeters. And I was like, yes, this is so good. I'm getting there. I had to have another morphine shot because I was in a lot of pain. Let me tell you, the pain is just next level. If you haven't gone through labor, you think you're gonna die. I was literally crying to my mum saying, I can't do this, I can't do this. Like literally crying my eyes out for the whole time, like 22 hours. Yeah, so I had another morphine shot. That was my second morphine shot. Just recommended an epidural and I was like, yes, whatever, anything to get me out of this pain. Yeah, so then the anaesthetist came in and he took forever to do my epidural. Turns out I have a bit of a crooked spine, which I had no idea. A little bit of scoliosis, I think that's what you call it. But yeah, I had no idea. Anyway, he ended up getting the spot. Oh my God, I can't even think about it. Like it makes me cringe. Because I remember the pain of the needles going in my back and it was just so friggin' painful. Like, I did not like it. I don't know for everyone else, but it was so painful for me. Anyway, so finally when I got the epidural, I felt a bit numb. It's supposed to like fully numb you, and I was like, yeah, okay, I'm starting to feel numb, whatever. And then the pain started coming back in my right leg, and I was like, I'm in a lot of pain again, like it's really bad pain. And Ocean was actually, I don't know if it's called posterior or something, posterior, I don't know what it's called, but it's when their back is on your back, so it's like extra painful. They prefer for the baby to be the other way around. But T wanted to be complicated and have mum in pain. It's getting really bad back pain again, and my whole, oh my god, my whole body was just in pain. And I'm like, the epidural's not working, like I can feel my right leg, and turns out that it only worked for half of my body, the other half I could feel, and that was really weird because I could move one leg and not the other. It was friggin' weird, fucking annoying and painful. And I was just like going off of the nurses, like, surely you can do something, like why the fuck did this epidural not work? And because they were hyping me up, they're like, oh my god, it's gonna be so good, you won't be able to feel anything at all, no pain. I was pissed off at them, obviously. I was like, surely there's something you could do. And they kept upping the medication through the epidural, but it didn't do anything. It just made me more numb on the left side and nothing on my right. Yeah, I could basically feel everything. I was like hours and hours. I couldn't even keep track of time because I was just in so much pain. The contractions were just fucked, and they were getting so close together, and I was like, just annoyed that this epidural wasn't working. They checked my cervix, and then they're like, oh, you're 8 centimeters, you're really close. And then I went from 4 to 8 to 10. So like, it was pretty fast. When he checked me, it was like, okay, you're like about 9 to 10 centimeters, or 8 to 9 centimeters. And I was like, oh my god, thank god, get this baby out of me. And then I was like, I really need to shit. And they're like, no, that's just the baby coming. I'm like, no, I need to shit. And they were just all laughing because they were like, they know that what that means, that the baby's coming. And I literally felt like I needed to shit. I was like, no, seriously, if I try and push a baby, I'm gonna shit. And they're like, it's fine if you shit, but like most people, like a lot of people don't, but it's fine, we don't care. And I was like, here we go, I'm actually gonna shit myself while giving birth. And then turns out I didn't shit myself, thank god. But like, I was literally pushing so hard. Mum was like, oh my god, I've never seen someone push so hard in my life. And she's like, I've also never seen someone so flexible, because I swear you get so flexible when you're going through birth because you have to lift your legs up so high. They're just like right back here. And yeah, so I started pushing. I literally only pushed for, I think mum said 8 minutes, like 8 or 10 minutes, something like that. But it was not long at all. They were like, oh my god, do you want to see him? And this is one thing that I regret, is not having the mirror down there or videoing it for me to look back at later. But at the time I was petrified. I was like, no, I'm not seeing him. And they're like, can you touch his head? And I'm like, no, I'm not touching his head. Like, I was freaked out. Yeah, so then pushed him out. It was the weirdest feeling, pushing a baby out of your whatsy, honestly. It's just, the feeling is so unbelievable and surreal. Yeah, so they placed his head on my chest, and then they realised that he wasn't breathing. Well, first of all, when his head came out, he's being so loud. When his head came out, his umbilical cord was wrapped around, which actually happened to me. Funny story. And they just pulled that straight off and then put him on my chest, and then turns out that he wasn't breathing, so they had to rush him over to the incubator thingy and put him on oxygen, which was really scary. Like, I looked at my mum and dad and I was like, is he okay? Like, I was in shock. Like, I just birthed a baby and he got taken straight off me. Their faces, I could tell that they were trying to keep it cool for me, but they were worried as well. And I just kept saying to all the nurses and the doctors, is he okay? Is he okay? And no one would answer me, and I'm just like, oh my god, what is happening? I was like so fucking scared for my life, for his life. Anyway, so after a little bit they got him breathing again, and they brought him back over onto me, and I was all good, cuddling him, taking photos. And then he started going blue, and I was like, my dad, because my dad was there through the whole labour and birth experience, my dad goes to the midwife, does he look a bit blue to you? And she's like, oh, I tried to like rub him, and then he stopped breathing again. So yeah, they had to take him to the nursery. So I didn't get to see him for long straight after the birth, but after they got him stabilized and stuff, I was able to go to the nursery, and that's where I had to go for 2 days after his birth, just because they had to keep an eye on him because he did collapse twice, like stop breathing twice. But I'm so thankful to that pediatrician for saving his life. Like, it was just the scariest thing in my life. I was not prepared for that. I didn't think that was going to happen because he was fine all the way up till he got out, like until he came out. So I'm very thankful for that pediatrician, and I could not stop thanking him. I was just like so beyond thankful. And when everything was happening, I was just praying to God the whole time, like literally out loud. I was just like, God, please give him strength. Please give me strength. Like, give us strength. And he listened to my prayers, obviously, because Ocean is here and happy and healthy and thriving better than ever. Yeah, so basically that was my birth experience. I know this might be really long. I'm probably just going to try and cut it a little bit short just because I don't want it to be like a 40-minute video. But yeah, that's basically a short version of my labour and birth experience. All round, I did have a really, really great experience. Like, the midwives were beautiful and it was amazing. I was so glad that I had him natural, and yeah, everything was just, it was a beautiful, that was the most surreal experience. Like, whenever someone asks me, oh, what was it like giving birth, and I just say the only word I can use is surreal. Just the most surreal experience, but so, so beautiful. I loved every minute of it, like even the hard bits, because it was just that second closer to meeting my little baby-o. I hope you guys liked this video, and I'm off because I've got a baby to take care of. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you have any questions or recommendations on what I should upload next, let me know, and I'll see you guys later.